Hey guys, hi, welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered platform. Tonight, guys, I'm bringing you some developing information regarding the 100-meter men final at the Olympic Summit Olympic 2024 in Paris, France. If you have been following this platform the last few nights regarding this controversial decision made by the Olympic official, I thank you for joining and I hope that you will stick around tonight to hear what is developing. So, I brought you what Coach Stephen Francis said yesterday. He's the coach of the gentleman, the Jamaican athlete, Kishane Thompson. And he seemed pretty satisfied with the decision of the officials. You're looking at Coach Riley here, Coach David Riley. He had a different opinion. He brought us some new information, which I'm going to share with you. And I'm also going to show you a new video that a subscriber sent to me with a different angle of the race. We're going to put it out to the test here and we'll talk about it. So if you are just joining, thank you. As you can see, the title here says top coach, says medal should be shared. And that is the opinion of Coach Riley. Coach Riley is one of the coaches in Jamaica, and um I'll tell you a little bit more about his profile as we go on. We're also going to talk about the guidelines that he brought us. I'm going to show you what he said on local TV in Jamaica regarding these guidelines and why the Olympic officials made the wrong decision. Over here on this platform, I stand by that. I have been saying that. I've respected everybody else's opinion, but I still stand by the fact that I feel it's the wrong decision for many reasons, and we'll talk a little more about it. I want to also acknowledge the independence of Jamaica. Today is Independence Day in Jamaica. It is the Grand Gala, which is the annual event in recognition of Jamaica's independence. You are looking at the National Stadium and all the officials that are rolling in. I think this event goes on until maybe midnight or something, but it's a very exciting time for Jamaicans. And as you can see, the turnout is pretty good. So happy independence to Jamaica, and I look forward to Jamaica's decolonization or removal of our head of state from the King of England to one of our very own. So happy independence to Jamaica. So let us get back to the show here. You're looking at Senator Tom Tavares there. Greeting, meeting, just coming in. He's the first official to arrive. So I want to show you this interview that was done on TVJ this morning. If you're just joining, please hit the like button. I'm going to let you hear what Coach Riley had to say. The phone line is open. I invite you to call in if you have something to add to the discussion. Please do. But first, let us hear this and then we'll come back. The others went to a Oh, that's not it. Here it is.
Based on Rule 19.23, times in track and field are supposed to be recorded to the 100, right? The practice of going to the 1,000 is to break a tie. And there are three conditions of which you want to break a tie. Break a tie to determine the ranking position from one round to the next. If you're trying to find the eighth position, you break a tie going to the 1,000. The second condition would be it's a tie for ranking position. This is 21.1. Tie for ranking position based on the technical rules. It talks about that part. Then it's a tie for last place to advance, and then the last one is tie for last qualifying position. So ties are never defined for determining medals.
Guys, did you hear that? I'm gonna play it one more time because I want you guys. I didn't really get the fullness of it when I first listened. So just have a listen one more time. It's a few seconds, and I want you to just pay keen attention to the words that he uses.
Based on Rule 19.23, times in track and field are supposed to be recorded to the 100, right? The practice of going to the 1,000 is to break a tie. And there are three conditions of which you want to break a tie. Break a tie to determine the ranking position from one round to the next. If you're trying to find the eighth position, you break a tie going to the 1,000. The second condition would be it's a tie for ranking position. This is 21.1. Tie for ranking position based on the technical rules. It talks about that part. Then it's a tie for last place to advance. And then the last one is tie for last qualifying position. So ties are never defined for determining medals.
All right. So I'm sure that you heard that. I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you think about what the coach just said. And I'm just going to read you his profile just a little bit for those of you who don't know who he is. So, Coach David Riley Coach David Riley is the founder and performance coach at Technique Lab Sports Performance and Fitness Center in Kingston, Jamaica. He is a World Athletics Level 3 elite coach in sprints and hurdles and holds degrees from Northeastern University and Georgia Institute of Technology. He is the technical director of track and field at both Excelsior High School and Excelsior Community College, where he's leading a team of coaches to rebuild the track and field program there. He also coached the Wolmer's Boys School from 2003 to 2012 and coached them to their historic Champs 100 win in 2010 at Isaboya Girl Champs. He has served as National Senior Track and Field Coach for teams to the IAAF World Champs, Doha in 2019, London 2017, Panama Games, and so on and so forth. So, based on his profile, you would understand that he is knowledgeable about track and field. So, what he just explained is that, if you have been following this discussion on this platform, you heard me say, I think it was last night, yes, where I said that I don't believe that it is right or that it should be right for officials to be rounding to the 1,000th place when athletes tie. I don't think that's right, especially in an event like this one, right? I don't know how many people had knowledge of what he just said, and I'm going to show you the document that he's talking about. And I hope that is clear on the screen there. Um, Let me see something. I hope that is clear on the screen. And I think that is from the World Athletics technical something. It's like a guideline, for coaches and people who are into athletics. It's a guideline for them to follow when they come upon these situations so that they can resolve it, right? So let me just move this banner so that you can see what it says. He spoke about section 19.3, which says times shall be read and recorded from the photo finish image as follows. 1. For all races on the track, up to and including 10,000 meters, unless the time is an exact 0.01 second. The time shall be converted and recorded to the next longer 0.01 second. For example, 26 minutes, 17 seconds, 0.533 shall be recorded as you can see, they're rounding it, at the end right there. For all races on the track longer than that, all times not ending in two zeros shall be converted and recorded to the next longer 0.1 second. Example, it shows you there. For all races held partly or entirely outside the stadium, all times not ending in three zeros shall be converted and recorded to the next longer whole second. For example, and they show it to you again. The argument that he's making, because this came from a manual. This came from the World Athletics Technical Manual. So there's more to it, but I didn't put it on the screen because it's blurry and you guys would not be able to see it. What he is saying is that for a medal event, as what we just saw, you're not supposed to be rounding the way that they rounded. And I'm looking at the document here. It's blurry to me too, but I can pick out the words. I don't know if you would be able to see it. But it says for ties, this is section 21.1. It says for ties, if the judges are the photo finish, if the judges are the photo finish judges are unable to separate the athletes for any place according to rules 18.2, 19.17, 19.17, 19.21, or 19.26 of the technical rules, it shall be determined to be a tie and the tie shall remain. That is what section 21.1 says, guys. Tie for ranking position, right, which was not the case. It says if there is a tie for any ranking position under Rule 20.3.2 of the technical rules, the chief photo finish judge shall consider the actual time recorded by the athletes to 0.001 second, and if it is equal, it shall be determined to be a tie, and lots shall be drawn to determine the higher ranking position. It goes a lot more in depth, but I don't want to keep you guys too long going through all of this. But this is very interesting because it clearly says that if there's a tie, it shall remain. If the tie cannot be, if the athletes cannot be separated, and they tell you when you can round it to 1,000, right? No, what he's saying, and I'm going to play it again, what he's saying is that for a medal event, I'm going to try to find this manual for myself because I would want to read, more than what he outlined. So what he's saying is that for the medal event, this is not a qualifier for a medal event. They should not have done that. And that's very interesting to me. I don't know how many people knew this, but this is pretty interesting. So let me just play the video again for those who are just joining, where you can hear the coach saying that they made the wrong decision. They should have split the medal because it just did not make sense to me. I am not a coach, but it just did not make sense to me that the time clock would show 9.79 for both athletes, which shows a tie. And then the officials are going to go ahead and start rounding down to the 1,000 place. Me never see that in a no event like these. You understand? So it was weird to me. So let us just play this again so that the people who did not hear it first can listen. Here it goes.
Based on Rule 19.23, times in track and field are supposed to be recorded to the 100, right? The practice of going to the 1,000 is to break a tie. And there are three conditions of which you want to break a tie. Break a tie to determine the ranking position from one round to the next. If you're trying to find the eighth position, you break a tie going to the 1,000. The second condition would be it's a tie for ranking position. This is 21.1. Tie for ranking position based on the technical rules. It talks about that part. Then it's a tie for last place to advance. And then the last one is tie for last qualifying position. So ties are never defined for determining medals.
You hear it very clearly, guys? You cannot be rounding to the 1,000 place to determine medal. It is for qualification and them something there. I wonder if you understand what the man just said. Him up on YouTube and I want to go over there and go listen when you finish over here. But I don't think nobody could have said it much more clear than this. And this is coming from the manual of the Athletic Association people. World Athletics Technicality Association people. It makes so much sense. One of our subscribers said something which I want to show you guys. And then I'm going to show you. Wait, let us show you the race first. Remember I said that somebody shared a video with me of the race from a different angle. And I want to show you guys this race. Because you see all of what I talk about say Noah's chest came out first. And I told you guys last night. That is your opinion. Who believe that? But no one has shown me a video or a photograph showing me where Noah's torso crossed the line before the other athletes. Nobody has shown that to me. So until then, I am holding on to what I hold on to. Respectively, I have not seen it, but have a look at this video.
The others went to ACP. In his legs for the rest of the race, so the others went to ACP.
Do you guys see that? Or do I need to play it again? There's a reason why the commentator and why Noah why the commentator and why Noah said that Jamaica won. They saw it. They're in the stadium. They saw the race. So when the gentleman stood there looking up at the time clock and looking up on the scoreboard and waiting to see what really are they going to come with, because they saw the race. And we just saw it from this angle, which, it clearly shows that Thompson won the race. I'm okay with them tying too. I am okay with them tying. And you know why? Because on the time clock, the scoreboard, whatever you want to call it, it showed that the two of them come in same time. So all right then, no problem, no big deal. Because it was a close race. But when they're gonna go ahead and start to rounding off to 1,000 place for a medal event, it's not right. And the manual is there to address these matters. Look at the race again.
So the others went to ACP. In his legs for the rest of the race, so the others went to ACP.
Let me read the comment and hear what you guys are saying. Um, this person is saying I'm biased. You want to call the program and tell me why I'm biased? Love FBA 99. What is the bias in my statement and my comments? See the number going across the screen. You can call on WhatsApp. Because I don't argue with people on here more than so, you know. If you have something to say over here, this is a platform that deals with maturity. So if you feel like I'm biased, tell me how I'm biased. I just showed you guys the rule book, you know. So and me, I must call bias, call the rule book bias. Because unless you cannot read to understand, me don't know where you get bias from. I don't think the coach will. He's already conceded. So it's too late. But I felt initially that Jamaica should have challenged it. Jamaica not gonna lose no tourist dollar because the French people them not the money for travel go nowhere. I have been echoing we should have the JAAA contested it. Let me show you what one of our subscribers said, guys. And in the meantime, I'm going to upload the rest of the document just so that you guys can see it. It's a little blurry. If you want to zoom in on it, that's fine. But I want you to see what the 3 conditions are that the coach mentioned. So I'm wondering if he's the only coach in the world who has the manual. He cannot be the only coach who has it. But here's one of our subscribers, Miss Sandra, said this today. 5,000 of a second cannot be seen with the naked eye. Lord Jesus. No, sir. Moderator, read out this for the people and for me, please. Oh my God. 5,000 of a second cannot seen with the naked eye. Oh God. So no photo or video can show this. You would have to look at the camera they are looking at, which would have been adjusted in such a manner to determine if separation can be done. If at the maximum level of adjustment, there can be no separation, then they would both get gold. In 2008, when Sharon and Karen both had the same time, they could not be separated, and both were awarded the silver. We all remember that. She's exactly right. Even with the video I'm just showing you know. Even with the video that I just showed you guys, where it clearly, in that video, it clearly shows that Mr. Thompson crossed the line before Noah. Even with that video. If the clock come up, said the 2 of them tied, then just let it be. What a ridiculous. Me say only the French people could have do this. Only the French people. This is crazy. So I am glad that this Coach Riley, came out and showed the people them what the manual says and what the rules are. According to what he said, the rule says that only on 3 occasions, you're supposed to go ahead and start rounding to the 1,000 place. We have never in history, well, I haven't. If you have, tell me. But I have never seen in history where you have at an event like this one or any championship event, you see officials are rounding to the 1,000 place to give people medal. That's ridiculous. And yes, we have seen in the past where at these events, like the subscriber just said, where athletes come in tie and they both are rewarded medal, the same medal. And who is going to fight over that? If I go to the Olympic and I come in tie, whether for gold, silver, or bronze, I'm not going to feel any way if the person I'm tied with is also rewarded. No, that's nothing to feel funny about. What I would feel is that, I would be just gracious enough that I made it to the podium. But I'm not 5 years old. You know what I mean? And that's what they should have done. They were wrong on this one, and I'm standing on it still. They were wrong. It has nothing to do with being a sore loser. Because I know that some of our American friends who are watching this channel and this broadcast with the games, I know that some of them are probably say, una sore losers. No, it's never about that. Jamaica doesn't win every single time. We've been winning most of the time over the past 20 years. But whenever we didn't win or we came in second, we have accepted it. I'm one of those people. If somebody beat, we'll just so the thing go. But this has nothing to do with being a sore loser. This has everything to do with what is right. So I am always going to stand on what is right. And in this case, on the right side of history, because I was so glad today when I received this video where it was explained, in more detail by somebody who is more qualified to speak on this more than I am. So let me see what you guys are saying. Moderator, what do you think about this new information? Thompson win France of Babylon. Jesus. Oh God, man. Even if they both got the goal, honest to God, I would have been okay with that. Mr. Francis gave the winner to Noah, but I don't think that is correct. No, it's not correct. France has nothing to do with it. The IOC runs the events. Well, maybe if they weren't in France, they wouldn't have done that, because guess what? We have seen in Olympic events where people tie and both people them get the medal. They have done that before, Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Please hit the like button. I would have been okay and felt a sense of fairness from these people if they had given the medal to both men. So, you see, I know for a fact, you see, if this had happened to the Americans, if Noah Lyles did not get the goal, I guarantee you that the Americans would have challenged it. I think they would. I know America well enough, and Americans, that I can say with confidence that had it happened the other way around, they would have challenged it, and I wouldn't blame them for challenging it. It would have been the right thing to do. Bone Knuckle, can you please show us a video or a picture of where Lyles crossed the finish first? Can you please show us? Because it look like you just come. You just come, Let us play back the video where you never see, because you just come.
So the others went away. In his legs for the rest of the race, so the others went away.
Yesterday I heard somebody say Lyles come third. I'm looking at this video. Oh God. I'm looking at this video and it look like him come third for true. Look
So
at
the others went away. in his legs for the rest of the race, so the others went away.
Did he pass the Nigerian? Because Liz was asking that question when she came over here, Our correspondent who is in Paris, she mentioned something about it. Diplomacy is one thing, Chin. Diplomacy is one thing, and standing for what is right is another. You know, I think he should have challenged it. I mean, if nothing else, these people should have given the medal to both athletes. And based on what I just saw, the Nigerian questionable too. I guess you guys must have heard by now that Fraser Price and Jackson Sherika, they're not gonna be in the relay lineup. I uploaded a video earlier. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. They withdrew, and they're gonna be replaced by others on the team. I think the other women, they will do their best. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, I think the other women on the team, they will do their best to come through. Hopefully all goes well. This is the first time that three female star athletes for Team Jamaica, they're going to be out. Between Shirley, Elaine, and Sherika. But guys, when we really think about it, you see these athletes, they work so hard over the years, wearing themselves out, working, practicing, competing. So when they come down injured, it's like, it's inevitable. And that's why we have to continue to produce athletes, as the sprint capital of the world. I heard somebody laughing earlier in the comments and making fun, saying, nobody told Jamaica to come with all injured athletes. I smiled about it. It's funny, but at the same time, I kind of feel like that person made a good point. I'm not saying to exclude them. If they qualify, they qualify. But I think, under the circumstance, Jamaica should have had a solid slate of backup athletes who can really come through. But we'll see what happens. I'm not writing them off just yet, but it's a little disheartening. This lady is being disingenuous and feeding into ignorant fan-based false information, including a video with unknown angle. By doing so, she is denying Noah the credit. Oh gosh. Really? If you have something to challenge what I am saying, you can present it in Lyle. If you have something to challenge what I am saying, send it to the WhatsApp. Send it to the WhatsApp so we can share it here. If you have a better video, or if the official shared their video or whatever they use to determine how them come with 0.005, you can send that video to us and we'll share it on here. How it go? Send it to me and I would share it over here. We don't owe Noah anything, We don't owe him anything. The officials and the Olympic owe we, the fans and the athletes, to do what is right. Did you see the manual? Let me upload the other part of the manual. You can read it for yourself. In the meantime, let me play back what Coach Riley said. Cause I don't really like to argue with people, cause I don't have time. You present the facts, and if you cannot understand the facts, then I just your business that.
Based on Rule 19.23, times in track and field are supposed to be recorded to the 100, right? The practice of going to the 1,000 is to break a tie, and the three conditions of which you want to break a tie. Break a tie to determine the ranking position from one round to the next. If you're trying to find the eighth position, you break a tie going to the 1,000. The second condition would be it's a tie for ranking position. This is 21.1. Tie for ranking position based on the technical rules. It talks about that part. Then it's a tie for last place to advance. And then the last one is tie for last qualifying position. So ties are never defined for determining medals.
Do you understand that, Sir Lyle? The person who comment about disingenuous and them something there. See, I put the thing on the screen where you can read it. Anybody who want to read it can read it for themselves. It's blurry, but it's readable. See there, it tell you everything and what conditions you must start rounding to the 1,000 and break tie and all of them damn foolishness. Can somebody please tell me in the comment what year it was when those two female athletes both received the silver? Can you please tell me? Thank you. We don't want to dance over here, you know. All I want to look at Noah Lyle fans. I don't care if you come from America or Jamaica. Now come over here with no damn foolishness, because you can't talk on merit and based on things what make sense. You come in with pure emotions. Don't come over here, man, because we don't have a dance over here. Noah doesn't have any arc. Noah doesn't have any arc. Hello, Godson, please behave yourself. Oh my gosh. I just want to say thanks to Coach Riley. You come teach a lot of people a lot of stuff that they did not know. Or maybe some people are just too lazy, to really bring the challenge. Because we may very well see this again, We've seen it before. We have seen it before. We may very well see it again. I want to make sure that it's being handled the right way. Let me see. I think this was in Beijing. In the 100 meter. Let me see if somebody said it. It was it happened between Merlin Addy and Gail Devers in Atlanta. Yes. Tell the people them the outcome, Mark Lodge. Tell the people them if them did round it after the 1,000 place or what they do. Hear this a fool, And him go vote for Trump, Moderator, take out the man from out there comment here, so yeah, man. Can come talk about Trump over here. So take him out. No. Don't compare nobody over here so with Trump. Una insurrectionist. Take him from out there comment, moderator. Keep on the dirty politics to yourself, man. We not even talk US politics over here now. Jamaican politics alone we talk over here. So nobody can compare nobody over here so with Trump supporters. Take him out there comment, him disruptive moderator, please and thank you. Not come over here for talk, no makes sense. Let me see. That's what should have been done. Yes, I totally agree with that rule. Neither one of them should be second in that case. They should both have been given gold medals. Yeah. Anthony, nobody not laugh with you, we don't want to dance over here. Because I know you're not listening to what the expert I say. Just run off your mouth. We need one special ed section over here. Put them in a special ed class. I wonder if Noah feel good in himself to win by 0.0005555 half a second. Why may I be so uncomfortable? Thank you, Leroy. The video you showed, the African came in before. Then that may I tell you, Myrtle last night somebody say Noah come third and I was laughing, but now that I saw this video, I'm really wondering if it's really true. Because if I were that Nigerian, I would have probably challenged too. But I think, let me see. I think them said the Nigerian come in third at 9.81, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, please. They said that the Nigerian come in 9.81. Front don't know the rule. Maybe you don't know the rule for sure. Because I don't see nobody else go for the manual. Nobody else now go for the manual. After you train so hard, 4 years before the Olympic, you train, you get injured, sleepless nights, early morning, depression, all kind of something. And if you come lose one medal, no sir, me not believe in that. He says they watch it over and over and lies did. I want him Wayne Walker. You know what? At this point in time, me not really. You see the video on them something there. You see how the time clock say 9.79 for two of them. I think they should have just left it there. That's it. Because clearly, according to the manual, let us see if I can read a little bit tight here. So I've already read that one. Not that one. Sorry. We've already seen this one. Let us look at the other one. You all can screenshot this. Anybody who has a problem with the truth and what the rules are, you can screenshot this before I take it off the screen. Here is the next one. If you can see that at 21.1, section 21.1, it says ties. If the judges or the photo finish judges are unable to separate the athletes for any place according to rules 18.2, 19.17, 19.21, or 19.26 of the technical rules, as may be applicable, it shall be determined to be a tie, and the tie shall remain. And then it talks about let me see if it talks about the three circumstances under which you should start rounding to the 1,000th place. Tie for last qualifying position. Yes, he said the only time you start rounding is tie for last qualifying position based on place. I'm sure you guys can read that on the screen. Tie for last qualifying position based on time. Tie for ranking positions. These are the only conditions under which they must start rounding to the thousand place. If there is a tie for any ranking position under Rule 20.3.2 of the technical rules, the chief photo finish judge shall consider the actual times recorded by the athletes to 0.001 second, and if it is equal, it shall be determined to be a tie, and lots shall be drawn to determine the higher ranking position. So, according to the scoreboard, the two of them came in at 9.79. So, it does not, according to Coach Riley and according to the book of rules we're looking at here, you don't do those things for medals. It's only for qualifying positions based on place, time, and position, for ranking position. So the officials made a wrong move, clearly. We are not making up the rules over here. The rules are written and printed. The time Sharon and Keron shared the silver was because they both ran the exact same time. Well, the rule, as I just showed you guys, it says what it says. It does not give those people the freedom to start rounding to the thousandth place. It says it there, and I just showed it to you guys. All Americans are saying Paris need to be banned from the Olympics. Why? First, may I hear that? Why? What a situation. I heard about something today where I think a Jamaican athlete that runs the 400 meters. So I didn't really get the real story. So I can't really repeat it. But if you guys heard, tell us what it says. Some athlete was placed sixth. I'm not gonna call our friend in Paris right now because it's very late over there. It's 9:35 here. But I'm sure she will give me some information tomorrow about what happened. Let's see who's calling. Hello. Thank you for calling. Good evening. I'm fine, thanks. Hold on just a second. Let me get you on speaker because you're live. Can you turn down your background, please? I'm hearing your echo.
Okay, he
Okay.
was ready on the line. The first line that was flowing up. While Lyle was running all out. So I'm saying Kishen is actually the winner of that race. But the person, because Lyle's head pushed out so far because he was dipping at the line and going at a fast pace. It looked like he win, but he didn't win the race. It was Kishen that won the race because Kishen, if you look at it, Kishen body, most of his body was already across the line.
So you're saying to the audience that Because when you take a photograph,
Yeah, when you take a photograph and the
there's a
fact,
delay.
have you ever taken a right? There's a delay, and that's what happened
Oh,
because Lyle was going all out just to try and win while Kishin was already at the line, slowing down. If you take notice, Kishin and the other guys are he was actually slowing down because they already reached the line. So it delay make it look like Lyles won the race.
because somebody said that you can't see 0.005 of a
No, you
second
can't
with
see
the
point
naked
zero zero
eye.
five.
With the
You
naked
cannot
eye.
see it right. You cannot see it with the naked eye because of the speed he was going. He was going all over while the other guys were checking themselves to slow down because the guys saw that they realized if it takes Shambini and everybody was looking at Kishin because he was in front.
Okay.
Right. And because Lyle was going, if you see his back feet was all the way up. He was going all out. So it pushed his head across.
Well, you know what they say about the torso.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what
gee.
happened because it's a delay. It's a, the camera had always have a delay. I always see that. A lot of times you see other people when they say, why is that person what? It's because there's always a little delay when somebody is moving or something is moving. If you're taking a vehicle, that the spot that you take the picture at, it's not where the spot that you take the picture of the vehicle is gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit ahead because it's moving.
But really and truly,
It's harder to take a picture of a moving target accurately.
yeah, because even with the latest technology,
Right.
there's still a delay when you have to you have to hold your finger on
Right.
the button to get a continuous
Right.
shot. Yes, it's true.
I think 1 year at Boys Champs when one of the Calabar guys, they took a long time to decipher out who won the race. The one guy that they thought came fourth was actually who won that race. It's because of the little delay because he was coming in faster.
All right
Yeah.
then. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
What this man is saying, guys, it makes a lot of sense because look at the picture that we're looking at right here. We see about 3 foot on the line right here. Thank you, Dam. Happy Independence to everybody. Happy Independence, Jamaica. When you look at the people's foot, I see 3 spikes. So it's really hard, but I don't know. I'd rather stick to the book of rules at this time. And what our coach here said. That's all we need to know because the video that I just showed you, he didn't even talk anything about a photograph and a video. He approached it simply from the perspective of what the rules outline, that only under 3 circumstances you're supposed to be doing all this rounding and all of them damn foolishness. And it says it right here. So, this is crazy. But I think they need to fix it because this is likely to happen again. And we don't want to rob anybody. We don't care who it is. We don't want to see no athlete who put their heart and soul into training and preparing and competing and all the sacrifices that come with being a professional athlete. We don't want to see anybody get robbed. Are people rewarded when they may be less deserving? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that to say that anybody is less deserving. What I'm saying is, because like I told you guys, if the two of them were rewarded the medal, that would have been a fair thing to me because of how close this thing was and how the scoreboard said them tie. But this what them come to a foolishness. the head of the sports authority, what I don't understand what you're asking, Gigi. Kishane's foot was way over the finish line and Noah's foot was barely. But did you see the photograph of when they just came over the line? Or should I say when they came over the first line? You know what I'm saying? Like the line before the one that they're about to step over. Not that it matters. I'm just curious because, as what the man just said, sometimes when they take picture, it delay for true. But me don't know. I just wanted to bring you guys what the coach said and see, if you guys know about the rule and what you thought about it. I found it to be interesting. And I agree with him that the medals should be shared. Anyway, that's all for tonight, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. And, tomorrow is supposed to be the... I want to go on tomorrow. The 200 tomorrow? Yes, the 200 tomorrow. And then further on, we're going to see the relays and see what happens. So we have a little more to look forward to before the Paris Olympic comes to a close. So I will close off with the video of Coach Riley. And again, happy Independence Day to Jamaica. If you are at the Grand Gala, well, it can't be at the Grand Gala because you couldn't hear anything. But I hope everybody is having a good time and they will make it back home safely. So take care, guys. Until next time. Thank you so much for joining. Please hit the like button. Until next time. Take care.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Jamaica land, we
Based on Rule 19.23, times in track and field are supposed to be recorded to the 100, right? The practice of going to the 1,000 is to break a tie, and there are three conditions of which you want to break a tie. Break a tie to determine the ranking position from one round to the next. If you're trying to find the eighth position, you break a tie going to the 1,000. The second condition would be it's a tie for ranking position. This is 21.1. Tie for ranking position based on the technical rules. It talks about that part. Then it's a tie for last place to advance. And then the last one is tie for last qualifying position. So ties are never defined for determining medals.